Good morning.
Good morning.
How was everybody this morning?
Fantastic.
Everybody have a chance to get coffee? I want to thank Kawa Coffee for giving us free coffee every Wednesday morning. How many of you is this your first time here? And who's new? Cool. So for those that are new, this is 1 million cups. This happens all over, is it the world yet?
It is the world's head.
This happens all over the world now at the same time every Wednesday morning. The purpose of 1 million cups is to help the local community see what's going on in the startups and help the startups get more connected to the community and really just share what's going on and being built in here is St. Petersburg. So I wanted to introduce some of our organizers. We have John Mara, we have Sean Kennedy, I'm Ruben Pressman. Who could not join us this morning is Daniel Wetloff with the Tampa Bay Innovation Center, as well as Richard Wood. However, Richard is usually up in Kansas City, where the original 1 million cups have started, so he should be kind of joining us in spirit today. I guess we can get started. I want to introduce one more thing. Alexander? There he is. Cool. Now we can get started. I want to introduce Alexander Hans with Foolies. Foolies, there we go.
So this is your bag of dreams. And in this bag of dreams, you have some of the most wildest, amazing, and game-changing ideas ever known to man. But there's one big problem. They're all inside the bag. And you've never let them out. You never let your dreams be free. You never let anyone know about the ideas that are rumbling over and over in your head. Every single day you have a concept, an idea that could possibly change the world, but you have kept it for yourself for far too long. My name is Alex Hans, and I'm a graduate from the University of Florida as well as Full Sail University. So, I, myself, came out of Miami, Florida. That's where I grew up, that's where I started everything. Honestly, I'm not supposed to be here today. I lost my mom to breast cancer when I was in the 6th grade. And I never had a father figure in my life. So statistically, I am not supposed to be standing in front of you today because of all of the things that were happening in my life growing up. But I said to myself that, you know what? I'm going to beat every odd and every little thing that's ever tried to stop me. I'm going to go past that and beyond. So in 2009, after graduating from the University of Florida, I said to myself, me and another good friend of mine, what can we do to continue shaping and shifting the lives of so many people around the world? And we said, you know what? Let's start a clothing company. Let's put crazy things on shirts and let's get people really into what we're doing and let's make millions of dollars and let's just do this. And we all know you don't just make millions of dollars just by putting out a simple idea. So we created a company called Foolies. And Foolies were goal-driven, ambitious, game-changing individuals, warriors for ideas and creativity who would do nothing at possibly trying to change the world. But they were called fools for trying to do so each and every time. Every time they wanted to do something, they kept being called a fool. Oh, that's crazy. That idea would never work. That would never happen. So we decided, why don't we put that into a clothing? Why don't we let our fashion dictate the world's reaction? And we said this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this clothing company happen. We're going to change lives everywhere. And we had to ask ourselves, if we stopped doing this, because we started in 2009, if we stopped doing this today, would it even matter? Would anyone care if we pulled our clothing and said, you know what, because there's millions of motivational t-shirts. I'm sure you can buy from anywhere, any store, any place you go. And we said, if we pulled this project out of the ground, what would happen? And I think about the students at the Boys and Girls Club where we've donated tees to and we've told them and encouraged them to live out their goals and dreams. And I think about my friend who wrote me and said, hey, because of you and what you started, I'm thinking about pushing my physical therapy business that I've had on my heart for so long. And she said, you know what, I'll buy something from you because you know what, I believe in what you're doing. And because we believe in what our customers are doing, we said we have to do more. We can't just sell t-shirts. So I said, cool, what can I do? You know what, I'll write a thank you letter. You know what, scratch that. I'll write an empowerment letter. And I'll make sure I motivate every single person that buys something from my company, from our business. I'll make sure I motivate each and every one of them even further, because just buying a t-shirt simply doesn't matter. So this little portrait here, if you will, that is the letter that I write to each and every customer. Inside of it is words of encouragement and empowerment to live out their goals, their dreams, and what they really have on their heart. On the other side, it's a dream book. So I want people to write down their goals and their dreams, because that's what the most successful people are doing. They're writing it down and they're allowing their dreams to grow on paper and bringing them to life. So we said, yes, we're going to give you a t-shirt, we're going to give you so much more. Usually I have a paint can, but I'm using these cans just for today because I'll be giving out 3 t-shirts inside of these packages, so I'll be giving that out today. But usually everything's packaged up into a mini paint can. And we realized that people would rather pay for an experience than just having a simple t-shirt on their chest and on their hearts. And so in the moment they open up that package and they say, oh my God, this person just wrote me this amazing letter. And I've had people post the letters of t-shirts, or the letters from the t-shirts rather than the t-shirts themselves. And we realized that this is something so much deeper. And if we were to ever stop doing this, and we were to ever stop pushing this company, that we would be inhibiting so many people from living out their dreams and their goals and what they're truly passionate about. After graduating from college, I just realized that a lot of people want to do so many different things, but they're living a life for someone else. For their mom, for their dad, for someone else. They saw it, they figured it made sense, it was realistic. That was what I was told. Be realistic. Get a realistic job. Get a realistic thing, and 9 to 5, and work it out, and hustle, and that's what everyone, I'm sure, was taught and told many years. After working for yourself for 10 months, when you can't pay yourself, it is the most rewarding thing I've ever experienced in my life. When you open that refrigerator and there's only milk and cheese, and you just can't think about anything else other than what you're going to eat, I think about these customers and how I'm pouring out into them each and every day. And they mean so much to me. And I think that if I ever stop, like I said, I would never want to quit people from not living out their goals and their dreams and what they're truly passionate about. And so that's why we created Foolies Limited Clothing, and that's why we'll continue to go farther and farther each and every day. And remember, you all are game changers. You all are ambitious, you're driven, and you're so amazing, and so are your dreams. So allow them to live, and let your fashion dictate the world's reaction. Thank you. Yes, there is a website, thefoolies.com, TheFoolies. So, thefoolies.com. So yeah, sorry about that.
After that passionate presentation, I'm a little weird asking this, but how do you make money?
How do I make money? Yes, sir. So obviously, my product is sold at $40 a piece. That's for the shirt, the package, and the whole nine. Obviously, when I buy shirts in bulk, they're about $7, $8 a piece, and then the materials probably bring me anywhere to about maybe 12, 15 bucks, and so I'm profiting like that. It is still tough because I do try to add a lot more to the package, but I kind of put more of my money towards great customer service as opposed to just paying for Facebook ads and stuff. So giving people extra shirts or giving them gift cards to somewhere or something that's going to make them talk about it. Because the more they talk about it, it kind of brings back the marketing back and increases the clothing and apparel. And we also have a portion of the profits. We started this project in December. We were taking about 10% of the profits and we're actually putting into going towards an annual scholarship that we want to do. So we want to do that for low-income minority-based students because we want to, continue helping people live out their goals and their dreams. So kind of taking it a little bit further.
Where are the shirts produced?
The shirts are produced, besides in my house, because my house is there. But there's a printing company in Atlanta called Big Top Printing. We usually go through them. They're great. We've been working with them for about 2 years or so. So I get to be able to print the tees through them. And then the cool thing is that if I needed anything on demand, they can print on demand too, so they don't just do in bulk. So anytime I have like a rush order or someone needs something, immediately, I can kind of get a 2 to 3 day turnaround and ship things out and get them out to our customers. So.
Other than the website, do you have a retail outlet or distribution shop?
I don't, not yet. We do have a plan for in the next 5 years or so to kind of set up our first store. Since I'm living in Orlando, I'm seeing a lot of growth in that city, so that is a place where we're looking to possibly open up a clothing store. But the e-commerce avenue is kind of cool because I can be mobile and I can move. And I've seen a few fashion mobile trucks. So we've even thought about that and maybe riding around, selling motivation, I guess, if you will. So.
I just recently had t-shirts made and recently picked them up and inside the box, instead of just being a box of t-shirts, there's a good luck, on top of the t-shirts. And it does make a difference. It does, word of encouragement is beneficial. How do you individualize? Do you individualize each message and how do you
Yes.
determine what to say?
I do individualize each message. I've been told that that's going to be crazy when you get 10,000 customers and all that stuff, but I look forward to that problem. So when that happens, I'll be ecstatic when I can't do this anymore. My hands are falling off. That's what I'm looking forward to. So for now, since it's so small, and a lot of the customers are my friends, and my friends are getting their friends and their friends, it's great that they can say, oh man, the CEO wrote me a letter, that never happened. So I really want to keep that as long as I can, because it's really, like I said, people will post a letter and say, I got my shirt and it's a letter, and people are like, huh? But I'm understanding what really mattered to them, and I'll get people that's like, oh my God, you wrote everything that was going on in my life, and oh my gosh, you're gonna really do this now. So, that's kind of where we are and what we're doing, so it's kind of interesting.
Hi, can we see your products?
Oh, sure.
Maybe we can pass it around.
So I'll show you a picture. And like I said, I did want to give, and if the shirt doesn't fit actually, whoever I give it to, you can just give it to someone else as a gift. So that's usually the shirts. Some of them say Faith Over Fair, some of them say Dream Without Limits, or Dream Without Fear, just different catchphrases. And you can have this one. And like I said, you can give them out as gifts if they don't fit. So now someone else has a gift to be inspired for or inspired about. So.
Can I see it?
Sure. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you make your t-shirts company specific? Like as a company, if I want to order a bunch of Christmas blitz, can you make it company specific? Like it's coming from my company.
Okay.
Here's a wish for you, like Christmas wish.
I haven't done that, but that is something that I'd be willing to do. So if we wanted something to cut like a special prize and that type of thing for it.
And second question, is there an age specific that you're going for, age group that uses you more?
I'm finding that a lot of college students, and primarily because I've graduated from 2 of them, are really gravitating to the brand. And it's really because they're, like I said, they're walking in a path they don't really want to do that path. So they're a doctor, but they want to be a chef. Or they're a lawyer, but they really want to be an artist. So I'm hitting a lot of college students because of that. And I go out and I speak to a lot of middle schoolers and a lot of high schoolers. And that's kind of where those dreams really die, at that point. So I'm starting to get into school just to really talk about, hey, this is how you move first. And we're starting to, I guess, really try to hit schools, but that's why I did the thing with the Boys and Girls Club where every now and then I'll have people buy tees and I'll say, hey, this month we're doing a special where if you buy tees, we'll donate this to whatever. And then since I lost my mom to breast cancer, we'll do stuff during Breast Cancer Awareness Month too, where we'll donate something to the American Cancer Society and have food-based tees that are cancer related, that are cancer awareness related. So.
Along the same lines as corporate specific, trying to create t-shirts for corporations who, remember, large corporations always want to motivate their employees.
Right.
And you just created a great motivating speech.
Right.
How many large companies have you approached with this concept?
I haven't approached any large companies. I've talked to nonprofits, but I haven't hit any large
But
companies.
you want to make money right now, so you can help with your future dreams.
Right.
So you should really look at large companies. Have you even called Disney and said, well,
No, I
would you
haven't.
like to have something there because you're all about dreams?
I had to start thinking about who do I call.
You gotta start thinking about making money so you can make the dreams work.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta start approaching this as, you're giving already 10% of your profits away before you even have more profits.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Understand.
Wouldn't you like to be able to give away 10% of a lot more?
Yes.
You need to start looking at it. You really need to focus right now on what's gonna take to get your product out there to as many people as possible can, make money.
Okay.
That's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what you need to focus on, then you go from there and start pushing large companies.
Okay.
And then you can put 10% of a lot of money to somebody.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I would recommend going for some older folks too. I mean,
Yeah.
some of us 50 and 60-year-old people want to change occupations and things, so, and then we have a lot more disposable income.
Okay. Now, how would I reach that?
AARP,
Okay.
women's groups, a lot of trade clubs, it usually is older people that are there.
Okay.
You can build a Pinterest. That appeals to the 45.
Okay.
Hire some older people to come give you advice.
Well, see, I gotta make profit first. I gotta call those companies up first, and then I can hire the person.
I want to say, great idea, first of all. Really like what you're doing, believe in your dream. What are you trying to do to gravitate towards the college students? Because I think you're right on the market as far as that age group demographic. How are you trying to reach them through social media and so forth?
Well, Instagram is our big playground, so we definitely see a lot of our college students there. And what I try to do is kind of get those influencers on different campuses to kind of hold the ground, kind of be ambassadors for the brand, if you will. That helps out a lot. And then I do get to speak at different schools too. So usually when I'm speaking at those schools, that kind of starts driving, a new group of dreamers and people who want to start their own things up too. So I try to get out to those schools and talk to students, get into business classes or something like that, and really say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and people start learning about it, and just kind of spreading the messages through the campus. So that's kind of how we dig in. I don't know, I haven't done anything any more specific than just physically going to those campuses and speaking at the schools. So
What's your Instagram handle?
my Instagram handle is @Foolies, so FOOLIES, and my Twitter handle is @FooliesClothing.
How did you decide on your retail price and what's the profit margin?
We decided on that price. I mean, I can say that I just kind of picked 40. But when I was selling shirts at like $10, $12, we didn't notice any return customers. So that would kill us. We'd have a wave and then it would drop, and then a wave and then it would drop. But once we started doing all the packaging and said, this is how we felt about what you're getting and what you'd be experiencing, we said, okay, we think $40 is a good price point. We know that 60, 80 would be a little, I don't know, because we're still talking to, a younger crowd. But we also knew that they would be willing to pay more than $10, $15 for a shirt if they were getting an experience. So we kind of said, okay, $40 seems like a good price point. And we're possibly going to add where you can maybe get like 3 shirts for a package price of $100 and all these cool things with this. So we're thinking about just kind of increasing the packages, which you pay more, but you're paying more because you're getting a lot more stuff than the average.
Have you thought about a subscription of $40 in which you get a free t-shirt and a monthly message, for 12 months, positive message on the internet?
I haven't, so I'll be taking that as a mental note. I haven't, that's a good idea.
I haven't patented that idea.
Yes.
If your reception's that good at college level, have you thought about doing either like the college bookstores or student unions as an outlet?
I have a few friends that have tried to play in those areas, and they kind of want you to be at like a Nike standpoint before you can really start putting stuff in there. And I just met another woman in Pennsylvania, and she was saying that she does buttons, and she went in there to, kind of pitch to the college market, and she said it was a lot extra hassle for no reason, and she just was kind of like, it ends up being so much work that it's not even worth it, so she went and printed up like 5,000 buttons and went in there and did that whole thing, because hey, it's a college campus, why wouldn't you want UCF buttons? And they're kind of like, no, if you're not somebody, then possibly.
Yeah, I just had an inventor, he got an invention
put it together, patent packages. And then he goes to Home Depot and they say, oh, only one? We don't deal with anybody less than 10. You know, but he persevered, and they corporate bit on it a couple of weeks ago, and they're estimating he's gonna sell 15 million units a year. See, so you just stay after it and crack the wall.
Going back to trying to approach older people, there must be at least 2 billion life coaches in the United States right now.
Right.
And that they deal with people who are pretty motivated. If you have a flat tire at the side of the road, 3 people will pull up and say they're a flat tire coach. There's at least 2 billion coaches.
Possibly get
Use them as a way of reselling or
Okay.
get them to, use you to send messages to their people.
Okay.
You can become like send out cards or T-shirts.
Cool, thank you.
Hi, I kind of have a two-part question. Number one, have you done like outdoor marketing events for, physicians or children, or, have you done any college events or school fairs?
We've just started doing that. So we've just started being brought into different schools, and we're a vendor, and we're kind of after whatever event we're kind of in the mix. And you can check out foods, clothing in the back, whatever. So we've just started kind of getting into that. We want to do festivals and shows and music and stuff. So we want to start really getting into that market and finding a place. And then we're probably going to start teaming up with other people doing it so that we can cut vendor costs. Because vendor costs are really like So
All about that. So number two is, because myself, when I wanted to open my own business, I thought it would be very ignorant of me to open up a business by myself, which I never had somebody that had done it before. That's why when I hear everybody trying to pitch advice, which I think is fantastic, that's what we're all here for, is to help each other. But have you considered coaching for yourself?
what do you mean?
Business coaching, because I had to learn, I had to hire a coach for
Okay.
myself, I had to open a business. I can run anybody else's business, but my own,
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing. So I have somebody that coaches me.
Okay.
So I always wonder if, because it is such a big chance that we take. So when you say things like, you pick $40 because, it sounded like a good even number. That's what it sounded like to me. Like what type of thought? Because it's difficult when you start your own business, and always a great idea to kind of have people helping you, like everybody's doing it today. So I just wondered if that was something that you ventured out on.
I do have a life coach, which is funny. That
That's
you
good.
mention that. I do have a life coach that is trying to help me fabric and grow my things and what I'm doing. And I have a lot of networking groups that I'm a part of. So through those social groups, I kind of can get feedback, and I can say, oh, what if this was $80? And just kind of throw out these wild figures. I don't know, and kind of see, okay, cool, try something else, and then kind of just play around with those different areas and get people's feedback. So I enjoy feedback thoroughly, and I grow my friends / customers. Hey, what about this? And did you like this? And the length of time, so they really start saying, and some people do complain about the price, but that experience factor does still kind of play it. So.
$39.95, they won't complain.
Yeah, I just want to echo what she's saying. I was part of an organization called the Young Entrepreneurs Organization for many years, and it's still around. It's called Entrepreneurs Organization. And all it is entrepreneurs who get together, and they don't offer advice and they don't network. What they do is they listen to your situation, they explain from their own point of view what has happened to them. It is the most powerful group I had ever been a part of. And they also have a program at MIT where you can go to learn some of this terminology, how it changes in scales now. When I started my company, we didn't scale, we just had profitability. So these things have changed, and these formulas have changed, and models have changed, and it's always a good idea to have those. But even now, I'm starting a startup. I think it's my 10th company or something. And my partner is back in Lori, and we meet every month to coach each other. And I didn't have to hire someone, but I had someone who I adore, and she's on her own company and does it. She's working on something now too, and so
so, but it's wonderful to have that person to bounce things off,
Right.
because we're very committed to one another, and
Right.
we're very committed to each other being successful,
Right.
and we don't blow smoke up each other's ass.
Right.
Friends kind of do, and you're not really part of what you're doing. Think it's all wonderful, and then you start going down paths that are cost you money because it costs you. And so we have people who are really committed, or it's really useful. And I just want to echo what she was saying.
I do find myself being, I guess, a test for, like, I have friends that are finishing their MBA, or they're dipping into the marketing and advertising field. My accountant, she's kind of working towards, finishing up her stuff. So people kind of use me as that launch pilot, saying, hey, we want to try to work with